Hello, estudiantes. Today I'm going to talk about direct objects and direct object pronouns. Please have your note guide out and ready as I talk about this important grammar concept. So I want you to focus on part 1 of your note guide. Here are some general rules about direct objects and direct object pronouns in Spanish. Direct object pronouns receive the action of the verb. They ask the question who or what about the verb. And direct object pronouns take the place of direct objects. Let's talk about some examples in English because it's important to understand the concept in English before we can understand it in Spanish. The first one, we do our homework. We do what? Our homework. Homework is the direct object. Please underline that on your note guide under part 1. I read the price. I read what? The price. Juan sees Eva at the store. Juan sees whom? Eva. Price and Eva are both the direct objects in this sentence. Please underline them on your note guide. Just like I said before, direct object pronouns take the place of direct objects. So I could say, she buys the jacket. She buys what? The jacket. What does she buy? It. It would be the direct object pronoun, or sometimes I refer to them as DOPs. Jacket is the direct object. Now let's refer to part 2 of your note guide. Let's identify the direct object in these English sentences, and then we'll talk a little bit more about direct object pronouns in Spanish. I need to buy the shirt. I wear the sandals to school. She sees Juan in the store. They buy their dresses for the party. Let's identify the direct object in these sentences. It might be a good idea to actually identify the direct object before I give you the answer, so you can check yourself for understanding. I need to buy the shirt. I need to buy what? The shirt. Shirt is the direct object. I wear the sandals to school. I wear what? The sandals. Sandals is the direct object. She sees Juan in the store. She sees whom? Juan. They buy their dresses for the party. They buy what? Dresses. These are all the direct objects. Also, direct object pronouns are commonly used in Spanish just like they are in English. In English, direct object pronouns go after the verb. In Spanish, they go before, which can be confusing. That's why we'll spend a lot of time in class tomorrow reviewing this, because the way that their language is formed in Spanish is very different how it's formed in English. Do you have my shirt? No, I don't have it. In Spanish, it would be ¿Tienes mi camisa? No, no lo tengo. So the way that that's formed in Spanish is a little bit different. Let's talk about the direct object pronouns in Spanish. What I want you to do on part 3 of your note guide is I want you to write the English equivalent. The Spanish is already written for you. So here are some of the direct object pronouns. We're not going to talk about the vosotros form, so you can just ignore the part that says os. But in Spanish, if I want to use the direct object pronoun for me, I would say me. For you, I would use te. For you, him, or it, this would be the masculine singular form. It would be lo. In Spanish, the feminine singular form for you, her, or it would be la. For us, it would be nos. And for you or them, this would be the masculine plural, los. And las if it's feminine in plural. Me, te, lo, la, nos, los, las. Remember, DOPs replace the direct object and must agree in gender and number with the direct object they replace. Here's some examples. I buy the blouse. Yo compro la blusa. Blusa ultimately is the direct object, but the direct object pronoun would be la. Yo la compro. If you can see right here that the direct object pronoun in Spanish goes before the conjugated verb. Another example. Ella lleva los calcetines. She wears the socks. She wears what? Them. Ella los lleva. So los would be the direct object pronoun that would replace calcetines, and la would be the direct object pronoun that would replace blouse. Oops, went backwards. Let's refer to part 4 of your note guide. So, like I said, if you have one verb, a DOP is placed before the conjugated verb. So if I wanted to say I see you, te would go before the conjugated verb. Please write te on part 4 of your note guide. I see you. However, if you have two verbs in a sentence, you have two options when placing the DOP, or direct object pronoun. I could use the first one, I want to see you, and it could go before the conjugated verb, yo te quiero ver, Most authentic Spanish speakers do attach it to the second verb. Yo quiero verte. So you have two options, but ultimately most authentic Spanish speakers attach it to the end of the infinitive. So right here, yo quiero verte. Let's practice a little bit. This is part 5 of your note guide. Let's practice a little bit, and like I said at the beginning of the video, I would actually write out what you think the right answer is, and then I'm going to show you the answer right after that. So here are some sentences. So the first one, tengo la camisa, I have the shirt. Now you're going to use a direct object pronoun. You're going to say I have it. What direct object pronoun would replace the direct object camisa? In this situation, it's la. Please write la for number 1 on part 5 of your note guide. Number 2, ella compra los vestidos. Now I'm going to use a direct object pronoun to say she buys it. I would say ella los compra. Number 3, yo llevo el gorro. I wear the hat. I wear it. Lo. Number 4, I buy the shirts. Yo compro las camisas. I buy them. I would say yo las compro. Number 5, you buy the shoes. Compras los zapatos. I'm going to say you buy them. Los compras. On number 6, you have two options because we have two verbs in the sentence. I could say la quiero visitar, or what most authentic Spanish speakers would do, quiero visitarla. Both are correct though. Be ready for your flipped mini quiz tomorrow, and we'll also talk about this concept in class tomorrow. Hasta luego!